You could stop playing your music over there or whatever you're playing.
Hey, you're on camera. Stop playing with the family. All right, Corey, what's up next?
So we are making brisket, and this is going to be Texas-style brisket. Very controversial. Some people say, and you should use binders, mustard, all kinds of stuff, but the true Texas-style brisket is salt and pepper, and that is it. So we're going to put this on the smoker on low for 16 hours because it's a 16-pound brisket, so it's an hour per pound. So this will be ready tomorrow.
So all this on here is salt and pepper.
This is all salt and pepper.
Oh wow!
Heavy pepper.
Do you do one side or both sides? Season one side or do you season both sides? Both sides.
Here's the other thing. So you see this fat?
Yes.
A lot of people trim this, and if you're doing competition brisket, like it makes sense to trim this.
Yes.
They trim it for looks though.
Oh, okay.
Because this will all this fat will render over the course of the next 16 hours.
Yeah.
So all this fat will render, and that's the juice that will baste the brisket.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
If you're not doing a competition, I trim about, well, you saw I fed my dog with a trimmed off. It was just a piece right here, just so it'll lay flat on the smoker.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put it this side down and let it set for.
Okay, now you're going to cook it. What temperature in your smoker will you do this?
225.
225 for 16 hours.
225. You want an internal temperature about 205 degrees.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's when the fat is all rendered, and that's when it's going to start like falling apart, be delicious.
Just like we like it, falling apart. Okay, so Corey's got to go to work tomorrow. So Granddaddy's going to be taking this off the grill at about what time, Corey, tomorrow?
Well, 16 hours from now, so about 11 a.m.
Okay, so
we can do that.
Yep, Corey's fixing to get this on the grill, and 16 hours later, y'all are going to see us again, and you're going to see Granddaddy taking this brisket off.
And we're going to do all kinds of stuff with this. We're going to make some brisket nachos. We're going to do some brisket tacos. We'll do some birria tacos, which is basically brisket tacos with a special sauce. So, that's going to feed us all week.
This sounds delicious. So we're excited. Brisket. Yep, we're excited. And brisket is one of my favorite meats anyway. So we're going to be back with y'all tomorrow and show y'all how this brisket looks. And then when Corey gets in from work, then he's going to show you what all we're going to do with the rest of it. So you're going to see we're going to take this in like a 1 or 2 day thing. So we'll be back with y'all tomorrow.
You rolling?
All right, here we are outside.
So this is a pellet grill, and I know a lot of people in Texas are like, pellet grills aren't real smokers, but they are, because that is using real wood that's ground up, pushed into pellets. It automatically feeds it into the what they call a hopper. That's a hopper, and they have a little auger that pulls the pellets in, and it keeps it at the same temperature. So yeah, it's cheating technically, but it's okay.
You don't have to watch it, in other words.
You don't have to watch it. I can leave it here for 24 hours. I can leave it here. I can leave it here indefinitely, and it'll never get above that temperature as long as you don't run out of pellets.
Oh my goodness! Now we have guys.
It's 225.
We have guys at home that use the pellets.
Yeah, and this one really actually, the one we got has a grill feature as well. So if you turn it all the way up, you can use this knob right here, and you can pull it over, and it'll actually start a little fire, and you can grill things on as well. So
okay.
That's normally how we finish our meat. We'll smoke our steaks, and then we'll sear them off on this side here. So
well, this is exciting, Corey.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all see what it looks like now, and in 16 hours, you're gonna see the finished result of our brisket.
Well, let's go.
Okay. All right, we're outside. It's raining here. It's really, really cold, and we're fixing to get the 16-pound brisket out of the smoker.
And I'm Roy from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry.
That's right. So
look here.
Oh my goodness.
Now, our son Corey said the proper seasoning for a
Hurry
brisket.
up, baby. It's cold.
Proper seasoning for a brisket is nothing but salt and pepper. That's all that's on here. And now we're after 16 hours.
16 hours.
That's 225.
225. Oh my goodness. And what we'll do, we'll take this in, put it in the oven for 2 hours and let it rest.
And this is Joa, Corey's wife.
Yes.
Okay, let's go in.
Okay, now we have got it in the oven. The oven is off, but we're gonna let it rest for 2 hours. And then we're gonna go into it and see how good it is. See y'all in a little bit.
Back with your hand. Hold
Okay.
on. Wait, hold on, Mom. Hold on, I'm trying to take a picture.
Okay.
Just let me get this one. Daddy, keep your hand still for the picture. Thank you.
Wow. Look at this.
You're not.
I'm not putting you in. No, I'm
You
not
can get
putting
my
you in.
voice, but don't get mine.
Yeah, I didn't. Like, I only got Joa from her late stuff, but
Oh, okay,
it's
yeah.
fine. It's all right. It's all right. Man, look at that.
That's
That-
my piece.
That is so good.
Joe and
I asked first.
Joe and I are about to arm wrestle. Here, you go on in. I'll get
Y'all.
Corey, if Corey
I
finds
asked
out
first.
we have already started eating on some pieces of his. Corey's at the fire. Oh. I didn't tell him. Corey's at the fire station in Dallas today, so he doesn't know.
That we're sneaking a piece. So
All right,
good.
Grandmama.
All right.
Grandma cut Granddaddy in the kitchen. That's why he's got stitches on his hand. When he
Okay.
reached in, she jabbed him.
You taste, baby. Man. That is so good.
We don't need to do no much to eat.
I
I know.
agree. It's amazing.
See y'all in a little bit. Right, we're back. So, Corey, tell us what you're gonna do.
We're doing brisket tacos tonight. So we cooked that, I smoked that brisket. If you watched the last video, we smoked a brisket for 16 hours. So we have the fat part of the brisket in the oven now heating up, and we're gonna shred that or dice it a little bit later to make brisket tacos. But we wanted to show you my recipe for Texas style salsa. So we're doing, right now we've got going, this is a poblano and a serrano pepper, or I'm sorry, poblano and Anaheim pepper. And we're just gonna roast these. So this is a cast iron pan, it's still getting hot right now. You don't need to put any oil or anything like that. What you want is for the skin to start to turn black, because it's gonna give you like
Okay.
a fire roasted flavor for your salsa. So
Okay.
that's first step.
All right, and then what are we gonna do with these little peppers right
So these are the spicy ones. So this is a Anaheim and a poblano. That's for flavor. These are the ones that are for spice. These are jalapenos and serrano peppers. These are going to go in because we're going to stew our tomatoes, and this is going to go in when we stew our tomatoes. So
Oh, okay. All right. So when we get to the next step, we'll see y'all in a bit. All right. This is Joa, and this is Corey's wife, and she is making a true traditional guacamole from
Colombia.
From Colombia. Yes.
Okay. I am from Colombia, so they love my guacamole since they ate it for the first time. So I use some cilantro. I chop it really, really small. Roma tomatoes, avocado. I love the purple onion for this, and lime juice. Not too much, but it adds a really good flavor to it. So I just chop everything really, really small. And well, I'm in the work right now, so we'll see later.
Okay.
Lime first.
Okay.
We're on? Okay.
Yeah.
The first thing I do is chop the onions because I like to put in lime. It takes away some of the bitter stuff that we don't like about the onion. So that's the first thing I do before mixing all the ingredients. Okay?
Is she puts lime over the onion, right? Okay.
Yeah, and I put it on something
Onions.
like this, but just the onions and the lime.
Okay. And she chops it really,
Really small.
really small.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just keeps chopping. I couldn't figure out why hers was so much better than everybody else's. And she chops everything so small, plus she knows how to do it.
And also, we don't use spicy.
Right.
So it's not spicy.
It's not spicy, yeah. It's just delicious. So be back in a minute. Okay. This is what Corey's doing with our peppers.
So the peppers, they look like they're burning, and they are, but that's what we want. That's going to give it the fire roasted flavor. So
Yeah.
You want them nice and soft. Like I said, the other two peppers we're gonna keep fresh, but these two we want to get a little smoky flavor out of them. So
And the only way to do that is just char them, right?
yeah, you gotta get the char on them.
Yeah.
If we had a gas range, then it's a little bit easier because you can just hold them over the flame until they get nice and
Yeah.
charred. But this cast iron works really well.
Yeah.
So it
Okay.
just takes a little bit of time.
All right. Well, we'll be patient.
So our peppers are done. As you can see, they're black, but that's the flavor you want. You can tell they're done because it's nice and limp. So they start getting a little bit limp. You're like, okay, those are cooked enough.
All right.
So next thing we're gonna straight into the same pan with our tomatoes.
Hold on. Okay.
Better?
Yeah.
So we're going straight into the pan with our tomatoes. You just need to quarter them because we're gonna stew these tomatoes. We're gonna stew some of our other ingredients, and then we're gonna put it all in the blender. So they can just be quartered. That's perfectly fine. Whoops.
So he's going to stew these tomatoes down.
That's all right. You don't have that.
Is that it?
Same time we're going to go with the tomatoes. We're going to go in with our jalapenos and our serranos. So we'll go ahead and throw those in now too.
Serranos and jalapenos, okay?
And we'll go ahead and throw in some garlic as well.
How
And with the
many-
garlic, we want whole garlic cloves. You just can peel them and just toss them in.
Oh, okay. Did you
that's
just
all
want
getting blended.
3?
We'll probably add
I'll
just
peel
two
some
more. Just two
yeah,
more.
okay. That's 5 garlic cloves.
So we're gonna keep mixing this, and if it starts to burn or gets a little too hot, you just add just a little bit of water to it.
Okay.
Just kill it from getting too hot.
All right, we're going to continue to do this, and we're fixing to go over and see what Joe is doing. Okay? Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so I finished the onion, so you can see how small it is. I really like very, very fine. So I'm gonna put it in this container with the lime juice, okay?
Okay.
So I also peel the tomatoes because I don't like how the texture. So
Oh, you peel your tomatoes?
yes, I do peel
Oh.
them, and then I chop them really small too. And then we're gonna do the avocados in a little bit.
Okay, all right. So she's putting these really, really, really finely diced onions in, and this is where she's going to put her lime juice.
Yeah, can I get the thing for
Okay. And then she's going to put her tomatoes. When does the cilantro go in, Joel?
I can put it at the end,
Okay.
but I need to let sit the onions with the lime juice for a little bit. So
Oh, okay.
that's why I do that first.
Okay, so she's
so we
gonna-
earn time.
Okay. Alrighty.
You see, look, I just put the lime juice. It doesn't have to be too much, but kind of like this. I don't have measures for this. I just do it out of my heart. But look how the juice gets. It kind of cooks the onion. So we leave there for 5 minutes or 10
Okay.
while I chop everything else.
Okay. Alrighty. A little.
And then I just do like doing.
She's so good with this knife, you'd think she was a sous chef. But that's how small she chops everything.
It's addictive.
Alright.
Okay, we're back. Taking out the seed from the avocado, but actually I just threw it in the mix because it keeps it from being oxidated too fast while we eat. I know it doesn't matter that it's like this.
Oh,
The flavor
okay.
is not bad. So.
Oh, see, I would probably throw that away.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'll just the part that is too black, I just
Cut it
scoop
out.
it out, but it's okay.
And she puts the seed in it so it keeps it from oxidizing, you said, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, mom.
And it keeps your guacamole a bright color.
Yeah.
Ready? So we did end up having to add like just a half a cup of water, just because the pan was a little too hot when I first put it in there. So all the rest of that juice all came from the tomatoes. But you can tell when you're ready because the peppers that we roasted first, the poblanos and the Anaheims, start to fall apart. These are still a little more firm, but that's what we want. That's when it's ready to pull. But what you need to do is we're going to turn this off, let this cool down for a minute, because if you put it in there in your blender like this, the glass will break. So you don't
Oh,
wanna-
okay. So
Just
now
because of
you're
the shot.
fixing to put it in the blender.
Yep, we're going to turn it off, let it cool down for a little bit, and then we'll put it in the blender, and that's when we're going to add our other ingredients. So check back in there.
Okay.
So we're ready. I put the avocados in it and then salt and pepper. As much as you like, I just do it, I don't know.
Just to your taste.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I taste it later, and if it needs more salt, I add more.
Okay.
I add pepper since Corey loves pepper, so I add pepper to everything now. And it really adds a good flavor to my guacamole.
We love pepper too. Black pepper.
And then I just mix it with a spoon or with a fork. I don't use anything else. If the avocado is enough ripe, it will get how we want it, like,
Yeah.
you know?
So you still leave it a little chunky?
Yeah, as when I mix it, it's gonna get the texture that we want.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Ooh, that was good. Joa knows how to make guacamole.
Because we have to try it.
All right. They're fixing to taste.
Perfect.
More salt? No.
No,
Perfect.
that is delicious. Okay, that is our guacamole.
Well, if you like it more sour, you can add more lime juice. Or if you like more salty, you know, you can fix it however
Yeah.
is better for you.
Okay. Well, we're fixing to get us a chip and taste. Oh. All right. Jill's fixing to taste of our guacamole.
I love Joa's guacamole. It's the best I've ever had in my life. If I can just get my bite. Oh my god.
Isn't that good?
No,
That's delicious.
it's amazing. Oh yeah.
I think it needs,
So good.
I think it needs a little bit
Perfect.
more salt. So
You think?
So good.
Sure is good. We're gonna have it eaten before we get our
last try is for Grandpa.
yes.
Whatever he says. Okay.
That's right.
It's good.
All right, and why is hers different for
Well, I tried making it before too, and I used the same recipe. I've seen her make it before, but I did not do it. I don't do it as well as she does. And I think the biggest difference is that how small she dices the onions and all the ingredients, and the fact that she soaks her onions in lime juice. It blends all the flavors together. You can't pick out any one particular flavor. It's so well balanced, and that's why it's so delicious.
You cannot pick out the onion. You can't pick out any. Like Corey said, it is just so good. So
So now we're going to take the stewed tomatoes and peppers and garlic, and we're going to add it to our blender, and that's where we're going to add the rest of our ingredients.
okay.
So we let this cool down for a minute because we don't want our blender to shatter. So I'll get this all in here, and then when we start adding the other ingredients, I'll show you.
Okay.
Put all of our
Just
stewed
chop
ingredients
everything
into
really,
the
really,
blender,
really
and now we're going to add our diced tomatoes. These are diced fired roasted tomatoes, and these have green chilies in them as well. So that just
Okay.
kind of mellows the flavor out a little bit. I just found that if you use just fresh tomatoes and ingredients, it just mellows it out a little bit.
Okay. All right.
And it also adds more volume. Next ingredient is cumin.
Cumin. Okay.
Just add it into your heart's content. And then the final ingredient that we're going to use, this is my secret ingredient, is a little bit of horseradish.
Oh, horseradish.
It adds a little bit of a kick to it. It's a different flavor. Probably won't even be able to pick it out from all the others, but it just,
Yeah.
for some reason, I don't know, it tasted really good. So.
Yeah.
And then also our onion. We got to put in our fresh
Okay,
onion.
we got-
So we do fresh onion. Oh, and our fresh cilantro too.
Oh.
These are our
okay.
two fresh ingredients. We put these in fresh because I like fresh onion and fresh cilantro. So
All right.
we're gonna just put these in fresh.
So you
put
put-
in the cilantro whole.
The stem and everything.
Stem and everything. We're putting it in a blender, so it's going to blend it up anyway.
Okay.
And most of the flavor of the cilantro is actually in the stem. So if you like cilantro, Some people don't like cilantro, but if you like cilantro, add your stems too, and it's not going to hurt anything. It'll be delicious. So.
Oh, okay. All right, Corey's adding salt and pepper to this. And
Salt and pepper, it's to taste as always.
Yep.
But you can always, what I like to do is be conservative with the spices, blend it, and then taste it and see how much more it needs. So, because you can't take the spices out once they're ready.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Also,
Alright.
just pulse it. If you have a blender, you only want to use it like on pulse.
All right.
Because if you just go really hard on it, it loses all its flavor. You can't tell what you're eating. It's like
Oh,
mush.
okay.
So
All
you
right.
want to have some chunks in there, make it a little more fresh. So
Okay.
just
All right.
pulses. Ingredients in there, so we're just going to pulse it. We have a pulse setting on this blender. You might need to take a spoon because we got all of our onions and fresh ingredients up at the top. So you might need to take a spoon and mix that together.
Okay.
So I think that's what we're going to do.
All right. And what did you say about the horseradish?
So with the horseradish, I like the spice that hits initially up front. You get that nice spicy flavor, but it doesn't stick around too long and make you miserable. And horseradish has that kind of quality to it where it's spicy up front, but then it fades off really quickly. So that's one of the reasons I like that ingredient.
Okay.
So we got the flavor just about where we want it with our spices, and we've done a couple pulses. As you can see, it's still pretty chunky. That's the way we like it. It's just where you still have your onions. You can still tell you have your cilantro, all the individual ingredients. Last thing we're gonna add is our lime juice, and this is once again it's to taste. So I'll normally start off with a full container like this. I normally would add 2 full limes if they're large limes like this, and then I'll taste from there and see if it needs any more. If that's good enough. So.
Okay. Hey, Corey, taste them.
So we did a few more fine adjustments to the spices because the lime juice will kind of mellow out the spice and will also mellow out some of the salt. I don't know what it is about that acid or just the flavor of the lime, but it kind of tones down the salt and the spice. So we added a little bit more salt and a little bit more horseradish, but we got it kind of where I want it now. So always try it with the chip because that's how people are eating it. You try it with a spoon and it may taste not salty enough, but the chips have salt on them. So try it with the chip to see if you need to add more salt or not. So
Okay.
we're gonna try it now.
Yeah.
This is my final tasting. I think this is where we want it. Perfect. That's the way I like it.
Okay. All right. Okay, this is our brisket.
So we took I told you earlier that the brisket has 2 sides. It has the flat and it has the cap. The cap is the fatty side. And that's what we want to use for tacos. The flat is more for slicing into long slices. You eat it just as is. The cap is more for like chopping, and you can use it in tacos or nachos or something like that. So we put it back in the oven. I wrapped it tight with tinfoil and I just cooked it at 350 for an hour and a half. And now it's absolutely falling apart. It's so juicy. You don't even really have to cut it. I could just pull it apart.
Look at that. Oh, my
It's just falling
goodness.
apart.
So
This is going to be
Corey-
perfect for tacos. So
Yes. So, Corey, tell me, what are we having tonight?
we're having brisket tacos with Colombian guacamole, some Texas salsa, some ranchero beans, and some tortilla chips.
As soon as Corey gets this cut up, we are going to be ready to eat.
Thanks for joining us here with Grandma Rose on Grandma Rose's Open Kitchen. We hope you enjoyed it. We really enjoyed the food. We didn't get the ending of it because it was just too good to wait and not eat it. So we just dug right in. So y'all make sure to subscribe, share the channel, leave a comment. If you have any questions, we're going to leave the recipe down in the comments. So thank y'all. We all love y'all.